So I heard a Han Solo trailer dropped. Hello everyone, this is Analyze Nation, and I know it's been a while. I got a new camera. I changed my look quite a bit. Sorry for the hiatus, but unfortunately this is going to be how it is until I get my own place. But I really felt strongly about this topic, so that's why I'm recording. I like the Han Solo trailer, but it seems a lot of people don't. Namely for the reason of Alden Ehrenreich's portrayal of Han Solo in what amounts to 2 minutes of footage when you combine the big game Super Bowl TV spot with the teaser trailer. Now, first of all, I want to say, if you genuinely don't like Alden Ehrenreich's portrayal of Han Solo, technically I have nothing wrong with that, but I also have to question why. Because as I've said, we've seen 2 minutes of footage. But by my own admission, I'll admit that I like his portrayal, having only seen 2 minutes. So, I guess that's just a point of, whether we think that's valid or not. And I'm just putting that question out there. But what I really want to talk about is why I think an impersonator, Harrison Ford or Han Solo, however you want to define that, impersonator would be a terrible choice to lead this solo Star Wars story film. A lot of people have mentioned in the most recent days, why they hate Alden's portrayal. He doesn't look like and it doesn't sound like Harrison Ford. Does anyone sound like Harrison Ford and look like him other than Harrison Ford? Because what I'm really getting at is what would be the perfect thing for you is to somehow clone Harrison Ford 10 years younger than he was in A New Hope, which I believe is 35 or 32, somewhere in the mid to early 30s. Not possible, first of all. But, and then people will bring up Anthony Ingruber, I want to say. Ingruber, however you say that. I'm part of Star Wars groups online, and people keep linking me this when I keep saying, an impersonator wouldn't work. And they're proving my point for me. Because when I see videos of him, let's say, mimicking Harrison's portrayal of Han in the cantina scene, all I can think of is, well, he has virtually all of the mannerisms down in exactly the right order, and he can drop his voice down to Harrison's register, which, congrats, very few of us can do that, but I'm also thinking at the same time that it's so close yet not. Anthony gets across the bass tone and the mannerisms, but the cockiness feels manufactured. He feels stiff, like every movement he has to be exactly pre-planned. Which is why, to make my ultimate point clear, I don't think him or virtually any impersonator of Harrison Ford or Han Solo would be good in maintaining, of holding up a blockbuster Star Wars movie. I just don't think it's possible. I know, for those who are about to jump into the comment section, which is approximately no one, since I have virtually no followers, which is fine, I know that people would hypothetically say, well, he's Anthony Ingruber's played a young Harrison Ford in Age of Adeline. To my response would be, yeah, it kind of worked for one scene. I got bored pretty quickly, and it wouldn't have worked for me. I mean, if you think it would have worked for you, then, God bless you, okay? It wouldn't have worked for me. Now, why do I like Alden Ehrenreich's portrayal from what I've seen of 2 minutes of footage? I fully acknowledge he could suck, and then I will be somewhat on the same side of you once this movie comes out. But for right now, I'm on the pro Alden fence. Why? Because of two things. Yeah, he's not a carbon copy of Harrison Ford's visage, but he gets a lot of the facial expressions right. And by a lot, I suppose I should be more accurate. He gets two of them right, which I really love. He when he's being chased in the speeder sequence we get in the beginning, there's a point where he turns around and his face kind of scrunches up, and Han Solo would do that in, I believe it was Empire, when he was trying to shut C-3PO up, he'd scrunch his face and point his finger. And I've already seen picture comparisons of this. I think it's really really evocative of the Han Solo character. And then the second one is when Emilia Clarke's character, Kira, weirdest way to spell Kira I've ever seen, but it's outer space, I'll go with it. She says, I think I'm the only one who knows who you truly are, or something like that. And he says, oh, and what is that? And he kind of has that cocky grin that's like, yeah, I'm the shit, or the arrogance. And then it slowly fades when he realizes probably that she's not fooling around. Just like how his grin and his attitude would shrink around Princess Leia. Again, it is evocative of Han Solo and evocative of Harrison Ford's performance without being Harrison Ford. And I gotta be honest, with the way Alden's voice register, it's not close to Harrison Ford at all. Yet I still feel the way that Alden talks. And another way would be when he says, "Want to be a pilot, best in the galaxy." I still feel that tone, and it's a great call forward or call back to the end of the trailer when he says, I thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine. Just things like that, to me, shows that he's not trying to be an impersonator. He's just trying to embody the spirit of the character, which, to me, is the best we can hope for. And I'd be okay with the movie coming out, and if it doesn't suck, saying, yeah, that's Han. Because even though it's not Harrison Ford 10 years earlier, to me, it's still Han Solo. A way I kind of want to explain this to people is actually off of another YouTube channel I saw. I don't remember the name of it. I was just kind of trolling through Han Solo videos because geek, what do you want from me? And they said that to think of it as like a biopic. Like Natalie Portman doesn't look like Jackie Kennedy. But she still pulled off, in my opinion anyway, as a history geek, and having seen footage of Jackie Kennedy, as being very evocative of that spirit. And though she did try and mimic how she speaks more than I think Alden has in at least these 2 minutes of footage, she was still able to do that for me. And Alden so far has been able to do that with me, with the look, with the attitude, with the inflections of his tone, even though, as I said, his voice register is nowhere as low as Harrison Ford's is. And I think that's where I'm trying to get at, really, is that I want an evocation of Han Solo. I don't want, this is as close to Harrison Ford as we could get, because at that point, I just keep thinking about how it is in Harrison Ford. I think Alden's approach, and what I think is going to save him, ultimately, in my opinion, if the movie doesn't suck, is that he's not trying to be an impersonation of Harrison Ford. He's being his own projection of Han Solo. And that in the end, I think a lot of fans are letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. Yeah, sure, we'd all, it would be cool to see a Harrison Ford 10 years younger somehow be this role and be cloned and not think about the horrible moral implications of being able to clone actors, but, whatever. But we're not going to get that. We have Alden. And I don't know. It's sad to me that I can still get the childlike joy of seeing a trailer for a new Star Wars movie, and yet other people are so quick to hate. And, you know, that goes into a larger discussion of how The Last Jedi has soured half of the fan base, but in the end, I think we just need... we should try to be as positive as we can. I will admit, Alden could suck. But right now I'm being optimistic because I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing. And I just wanted to comment on that. So, see you around.